Today I'm going to show you something different. This came about, the discovery or the use of this came about because of the recent dry weather when my tanks, the water harvesting tanks went dry and the cows due to calve in a pen and they had no water. And I was wondering where could I get water once the local bardal was exhausted as well. And I remembered that my dad, when he had a garden just over here, where he have his potatoes and his onions and his lettuce and cabbage, he often had a bucket down here with plants like cabbage plants in it, soaking before he plant them. And often if the weather came drier early on in the spring, early summer, he'd use the water from this to actually water them. So I got in with my shovel because it was all full of muck and dirt, and there you can see some of it, rotten branches and leaves and more of it there. And I spent about an hour with the shovel and spade, and I took about 2 barrelfuls or more of muck and dirt out of this. Now there was water in it at the time, not that significant, maybe 20 gallons or that, but teamed it all out, scraped out all the muck, got down as low as I could. Now I couldn't get the last of the water out because it was seeping in, so I decided then I would leave it overnight. So that was of maybe 1 o'clock of one day, and when I came back the following morning at 9 o'clock, this was full. I threw some quicklime into it, and then I built some of these stones here just for a standing area because it was just muck, so I can stand on that. And to date, this little well, which I would call a shallow water table well probably, I have taken maybe 300 to 500 gallons out of it, and it keeps refilling. So despite all the dry weather and lack of rain, this has been my saviour, this little pool here. It's about 2.5 feet deep, about less than a metre long, and it's only about 22 inches wide. So what I intend to do when it will run out, if the summer comes dry, it will run out of water. What I intend to do is dig it down further. Now I think there's rock underneath it. I think this is actually the quarry here I'm standing on. So potentially that'll always be there as a sort of a safety net if anything happens with water. So it should hold, I'd say, in around 200 gallons when I have that all done, which is, handy to have. And I use this to keep any debris and stuff from falling into it. So every morning I come back, despite the fact that I half empty it the previous night, it's full again. Very happy with that.